You are watching EAC News. Thanks for joining us. The 13th Asia-Europe Meeting Summit was recently concluded, presided over by Cambodia, promoting partnership and development between Asian and European nations, not just in political talks, but also at the ASEM Cultural Festival. In Phnom Penh, the National Museum held a contemporary exhibition promoted by the ASEM Cultural Festival. As part of the exhibition, a group of 6 European and Asian artists have come together, known as Sahaka Playground. EAC News reporter Yuri Matosko interviewed artists of the group to understand their ideas better.
The ASEM Cultural Festival 2021 is the official cultural side event of ASEM 13, which celebrates the cultural diversity from and artistic exchanges between Asia and Europe. It was promoted by the Ministry of Culture and Fine Arts of Cambodia in partnership with the European Union and the Asian Europe Foundation, starting in Brussels and finishing in Cambodia on November 26. The National Museum exhibiting the artworks of different Asian and European artists, but differently from other individual works of arts, some of them has decided to experiment together. EAC News got in touch with the Sahaka Playground, consisting of a collaborative project made of 6 artists from Asia and Europe.
Okay, we are Sahaka Playground. We are all visual artists based in Phnom Penh. When we started, probably like a month ago, we saw an open call on a website, in ASEM Festival open call. So then I decided that I don't want to do it alone. So I invite Miguel, discussed in the beginning, and then we decided to come up with the idea of 3 Asian and 3 European artists to combine as a collective to produce cross-cultural collaboration artworks.
The Portuguese photographer Miguel Jerónimo explained more about the cross-cultural collaborations and the idea of the name.
In our collective name, Sahaka Playground, Sahaka is the Cambodian word for to collaborate. So really try to push this idea of artists work on top of each other, especially from an artist of the different continents. And in this case, we wanted to imagine the street life so typical of Southeast Asia and pushed to an European context to promote this idea of Asia and Europe collaboration and multicultural friendship. So this one is in Cambodia and these 2 are in Europe, trying to imagine the street vendors of Asia in that context. And the name is Streets Have No Borders.
Miguel has mixed his photographs with Loli's drawing, a Korean designer living in Cambodia.
Hello, I'm Loli from South Korea. I'm an illustrator living in Cambodia for 6 years now. And this time, I normally draw the daily life, things I see on the street. And this time, I did the digital illustration on top of the photo, Miguel's photo. And I normally draw the street life, so I choose the photos he took on the street.
While street vendors inspire Portuguese and South Korean artists, Asian food brought a British and a Malaysian artist to work together.
Hi, so I'm Olivia. I'm a British embroidery artist living in Cambodia for the last 6 years. And I've known Loli and Ajahn for a really long time. And I was really excited that they got me involved with this project of collaboration. So the piece that Ajahn and I did together, I started it by embroidering a picture of a woman eating some dumplings. Food is definitely a big inspiration for my artwork. And I also really liked how I think food brings different cultures together. And so that whole theme of collaboration works quite nicely with the food aspects. I also know that Ajahn does some of his own artwork around the food theme. So I thought it might be a fun way for us to collaborate together.
My name is Ajahn. I'm from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I've been living here for 7 years. And my background is in graphic design. So my work mostly related to trying to identify myself as a Southeast Asian artist. So my work is studying Southeast Asian packaging as well, and the topic that mostly I talk about is political issues, social issues, and anything that happening currently. So for this work, this collaboration work with Olivia, when I received the work, it took me a few days to just to think about the ideas or the stories behind it. So eventually, this is what I came with.
Adana is a French khmer painter that has also participated at the Sahaka playground. She has spoken with EAC News about the challenges and unforeseeable outcomes of creating a single work of art with another artist.
Each piece of art here has been manipulated, played around by two artists from Asia and Europe. And I think it's very unpredictable. And the results are really amazing because it's different art. We have photographers, painters, illustrators, embroidery artists too. So it gave really this special effect to the art. And I think that it's really what is important right now for this theme is collaborating, showing that even we have different cultures, we have different backgrounds, we have different material, but we can work together. And I think this is what we want to show, is that no matter who you are, you can always find a way to collaborate. It was really hard to collaborate because it's kind of like you have to abandon a piece of yourself because you're invading someone else's space and someone else's art already. So it's about respecting the other artist's work and being vulnerable and trusting the other that they will make this art amazing too.
The National Museum has extended its ASEM Cultural Festival exhibition until the end of the year on 31 December, giving the general public more chances to appreciate the artworks. At the Cultural Festival official program, the Sahaka Playground Group has given a strong statement saying that beyond cultural boundaries, the only common denominator of their work is the Kingdom of Wonders, which they all call home. Yuri Matosko, EAC News.